Keto was not a quick fat loss, quick weight loss, quick fix diet. We've been duped. For years we've been marketed nonsense. We've been told, take this magic pill. We've been told, here's the magic rule for your diet. Eat 30 bananas a day. Eat 1 time a day. Eat every other day. Eat within 8 hours in the day. Eat only meat. Simple rules like this aren't necessarily the magic pills that we've been told they are. If you're looking to lose weight, if we're looking to change our lifestyle, if we're looking to change our body, we have to understand that the habits we curate, both consciously and the habits that are curated unconsciously for us, form the body that we live in. Our environment, the light cycles around us, the foods we choose to eat, the timing of our meals, all influence the hormonal state of our body, our hunger levels, our insulin levels, our blood glucose levels. And the habits we're engaged in every day are what make our body. And it goes beyond just simple dietary rules like restrict carbohydrate. There are other factors. But even just zooming in on the dietary aspect of fat loss, ignoring the psychological aspects, the environmental aspects, just looking at diet. We can't be looking at a ketogenic diet as a simple, quick fix. If you try to do any diet for a month or so and think you can lose 10 pounds and then go right back into the lifestyle that you were living, into the way that you were eating before and eat whatever you want, if you think that that's going to maintain the results for you, you've been duped. We have to understand the psychological tendency for us to want the easy route. This tendency, this weakness in our psychology is constantly being marketed to. And we need to understand that what's important is not just a quick fix. It's not a magic pill. It's a holistic lifestyle approach that we need to take for maintaining blood glucose levels stable, keeping blood sugar stable, maintaining low insulin, right? Insulin sensitivity, which allows us to have low hunger, high levels of satiety, assuming we're getting sufficient protein and not starving ourselves calorically to stress the system out too much. If we can find a lifestyle that we can manage that can do that consistently, and we can do that long term, then we can be successful. But if we're just looking for a 2-week, 1 month, 12-week diet, and then go back to doing whatever the heck, or jump on to the next flavor of the week, right? The next marketing fad, so that's a recipe for the same old cycle that many of us have been stuck in for years. We have to understand it takes years for us to put on body fat, right? To gain that 100 pounds that you want to lose now, or that 10 pounds if it's just 10. How long did it take? How many years of habitual drugging ourselves with food have we been engaged in? How many years have we used food to regulate our neurochemistry, our dopamine levels? When we're feeling shitty, going for the ice cream. How many years have we been looking at bread and pasta and refined carbohydrates as a viable source of nutrition and a major source of nutrition for us? How many years we've been eating the bagels, the Pop-Tarts? Why would we expect a few weeks of easy work, eating bacon and eggs or steak or whatever simple keto plan people are on? Why would we expect that to be sufficient to reverse years of abuse and of misuse that we've given ourselves? We got to understand that it's long-term success that we're looking for. We're not looking for some quick results. If you're looking for quick results, you might find them, but you're very unlikely to keep them. So we've got to curate a lifestyle. We've got to curate a solid foundation of habits that are consciously instilled, right? Not programmed externally through commercials, through television, media, through advertisement. We have to understand that. It goes beyond just diet also. But there are several lifestyle factors that are going to influence our body composition, our health, and our vitality. Right? We've got sunlight, clean air, the quality of your water, the food choices we make, obviously, the quality of our food, the timing of our meals, eating late at night, trying to digest way late at night, disrupting the circadian rhythm, making it more difficult for us to have stable blood sugar. The amount of sunshine we get, getting that vitamin D, which sunshine is far more than just vitamin D. People talk about vitamin D, but it's far more. There's red, there's near infrared, and infrared frequencies that come from the sun, which have powerful effects on our body, which help to liberate nitric oxide and help us to actually generate energy within the cell without more input from food. Right, so we've got environmental factors that affect our energy levels, our hunger levels, our insulin sensitivity, and how much we move throughout the day. Sedentary lifestyle leading to more blood sugar instability. All of these factors combine to create this holistic lifestyle that informs our body how it manifests, that informs our flesh vessel what it needs to be doing at any given moment. So we've got to understand these factors, and it's not super complicated. It's basically about living a holistic lifestyle that is geared towards getting good quality food in at the right time, lining up our circadian rhythm with the natural cycles of light around us, reducing inflammatory responses in the body and through reducing inflammatory food intake, reducing our exposure to environmental toxins can be important as well in some people. It's really actually pretty simple. And a ketogenic diet, when done correctly, can be one of the most powerful tools for fat loss imaginable. That doesn't mean it's a quick fix, easy thing that you can just do for a month or so and then drop it. So one of the first things we want to look at is creating a solid foundation of habits around diet. Learning how to prepare our own foods. Right? How many of us have never even made our own food once we start trying to get healthy? I remember when I was 20 years old, no, I was like 18 or 19 years old actually. And I moved into this apartment. I was in university. And it was the first time I lived like on my own. And I had no idea how to stock my cupboards, what to buy, what to make. I got so depressed. I remember calling my mom crying, telling her, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, why I'm here. I was so overwhelmed, I just didn't know how to take care of myself. So one of the most important things when we're starting a ketogenic journey is getting a solid foundation of food prep habits. You can't depend on fast food restaurants, Chipotle. We can't depend on restaurant food, on Wendy's burgers without a bun for long-term success. We've got to be able to make our own food. We've got to get comfortable in our kitchen. We got to throw away all the junk that we don't want to put in our body anymore. We got to clean out the cupboards. We got to clean out the cupboards in our kitchen. We've also got to clean out the cupboards in our psychology as well. Because a lot of this is mental and emotional. How many of us have used food as an emotional crutch for years? We have to work on these habits. It's not something that just switches overnight. But a ketogenic diet, removing all those trigger foods, removing the blood glucose dysregulating foods, removing the refined carbohydrates, the sugar, the grains, junk, results in a state where we're not craving food anymore. And if we can train ourselves to not treat ourselves like dogs by treating ourselves with food to regulate our emotions and our mental state and to reward ourselves, if we could do that and consistently maintain the habits that build the body, that nourish the body, focusing on whole, unrefined, animal-based sources of fat and protein, using the whole animal, right? Eating parts like the liver, the heart, which are actually, in many cultures, the most sought-after cuts. Here in Ecuador, liver and heart and brain are the most difficult cuts to get. If you don't get there early at the market, someone's going to swoop them up. Because in most of the world, these are highly prized pieces of the animal. They're actually the most nutrient-dense pieces of the animal. and, especially in the US, the most affordable. A lot of the liver in the US gets exported to other parts of the world where they actually eat it, like Egypt. So liver is higher in vitamin A than actually any other food known to man. The fat-soluble vitamin content and the mineral content of liver is incredible. So including foods like this that nourish our body, focusing on nutrient-dense, whole, unrefined foods, helps dramatically with satiety. Obviously, keeping blood glucose stable and low, very important as well. So this low-carbohydrate, ketogenic approach is powerful. But we've got to make the habits. We've got to break those old habits of reaching for the bagels in the morning, reaching for the Pop-Tarts, eating 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's at night, like I used to do, and then having Burger King burgers, like I used to do all throughout college, and eat Mexican food, which is still delicious, right? All these poor habits have to go and be replaced with good habits. It can take up to 21 days to rewire our central nervous system, to rewire our physiology to a new habit or a new movement pattern. 21 days. After 21 days, we can put it on autopilot. Alright, so those first weeks of keto adaptation could be difficult. First of all, you're having to learn how to prepare food. And that's actually why we made our book, the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, the training manual for low carbohydrate, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine. My wife spent over 1.5 years making this book. And it's all nutrient-dense, unrefined, whole foods-based keto recipes. And we put a whole section training you how to make organ meats. It's called the odd bit section. We teach you how to make bone broth, how to use foods like liver and heart. There's a whole section on, of course, how to use vegetables. There's an entire section on eggs as well. But this book is very, very comprehensive. Basically trains you how to master your keto kitchen. We basically made the book that we would have wanted when we started keto and had no idea what the heck we were doing. So that's a resource available in the description down below. Hopefully it can help you to create a solid foundation of food prep habits that are ketogenic, that are sustainable, that are enjoyable, and that are nourishing. Alright, so that's kind of the first step there. Reformatting the habits around food. We've got to understand there's a major mental and emotional aspect to this as well. And as we're rewiring the system, we want to be consciously curating habits that will lead to long-term success. Habits of movement throughout the day. Getting up from the desk and getting outside in the natural sunlight. Getting that natural sunlight on your eyes, on your bare retina. Getting it on your skin so you can create vitamin D, liberate nitric oxide from the blood. Now, having solid relationships with the people around us. Being honest with ourselves. Admitting if we're full of shit. Admitting if we've been treating ourselves and others poorly. And taking the steps to do what's right. Those are all aspects of a healthy lifestyle that we need to consciously curate. We've got to get off of autopilot, stop expecting things to be quick and easy, and formulate a lifestyle that we can enjoy and live long term. I love being able to wake up in the morning, not be hungry, and choose when I'm going to eat. Because my blood glucose levels are stable and I'm well adapted to burning fat and ketones, I can eat whenever I want. And that first meal, I love when it's a fatty steak. I just love eating steak. Right? I love me some liver sauteed in butter. Simple, whole, unrefined, animal-based keto foods. I love being able to eat those consistently. So you want to find the foods that you enjoy, that you can have consistently, whether that be bacon and eggs, or steak, or some sort of keto smoothie for some of you weirdos out there who love blending up plants. You gotta find foods that you can make regularly. You gotta keep your kitchen stocked with the right foods, those high-fat foods. And we've got to get sufficient protein in. And we've got to enjoy the diet. So if keto foods aren't something you enjoy, if you don't like fatty, salty foods, if you don't like big steaks, if you don't like bacon, if you don't like eggs, if you don't enjoy high-fat foods, then maybe keto's not for you. I can't think of anybody who doesn't love steak club. So anyways, guys, there's no quick fix. There's no quick magic pill diet. There's no one rule that's gonna get you there. It's about creating a lifestyle that you can enjoy, live, and love long term. So focus on that. Quit focusing on the flavor of the week and focus on what you're doing this week to enhance your life, to dial in your habits, and to curate the physical and mental and emotional habits that are going to get you where you want to go. So keep it simple. Stay off the junk. And make a lifestyle you can enjoy and live and love long term. Check out the book, The Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, a training manual for low carb, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine. We're actually starting our next Keto and Carnivore Collective, our group community coaching. Because we get so many requests for private consultations, we've set up a really amazing program and system where we do monthly, sometimes every other month, a community-based group coaching. We use a Discord server. We do live interactive voice chats several times per week, live Q&As, live lessons, and you have full text chat support from not only us, but the entire group throughout the month. So it's really cool. We get so many clients that sometimes I'll talk with someone, I'm like, damn, I wish this person could share their experiences with this other client. And this format allows so much of that. Allows a lot of cross-pollination within people's experiences. People get to bounce ideas off each other, support each other, talk to each other, and you actually get way more access to your coach because with private consultations, we usually just do one Skype meeting per month and do email support from then on. With this way, and you get way more content, way more information, and way more interaction. So the Keto and Carnivore Collective, this is the last week to sign up for the November session, which is starting, I think, either November 4th or 6th, maybe the 8th. I've got to look at my calendar. But this is gonna, so many people, Jessica just jumped out the door and said, 4! It's the 4th is when it starts. There she is. I don't know if you can see her. We've had so many people interested in a carnivorous style approach, especially people who are dealing with autoimmune type conditions, people who've been doing keto for a while and just not getting the full benefits that they were hoping for. We see a lot of interest in carnivorous style diets, you know, removing the possible irritants from plants like lectins, oxalates, salicylates. We've seen a major surge in interest in this, so much so, and we've had, like, in some groups up to 15-20% of people in the group doing a carnivorous style diet in our Keto and Carnivore group coaching. We had to add the word carnivore to the title. So we got the Keto and Carnivore Collective starting on November 4th. Last week to sign up for that. Check out the book and the link in the description down below. But really it's simple, guys. Curate habits that you can maintain long term. Habits of movement, habits of diet, habits of meal timing, habits of interaction with your environment so that your circadian rhythm is right, so your sleep is right, so your rest and recovery are okay, so your blood glucose is stable, so your insulin is low, so your hunger is low and your satiety is high and your enjoyment of the diet is there. Then you can do it long term. But it's not a quick fix. It's not a magic pill. It takes work. It takes dedication. And you've got to enjoy the ride. So what are you doing today to curate the habits that are going to get you where you want to go? What are you doing today that might be steering you away from where you wish to go? And what can you do to change that? Remember, you're far more than what you eat. So get off the computer, get off of social media, get away from the friggin' Facebook, kill your Facebook account, put your television in the trash, go out there and live your life.